Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Gator Senji. Let me ask you this. What happens if a Sin Archbishop meets the Witches of Sin? Who will actually win that battle? And what are the differences between a Sin Archbishop and the Witches of Sin? We're going to tell you in this video. But before we get into the video, please subscribe to the channel, like the video at the end of the video, and also share with all your friends and comment down below what you think. So let's get into the video. So guys, let's get this out of the way. Witches of Sin and Sin Archbishops are the same exact people and have the same exact powers and abilities. It can both alter person's personality and mindset of having these powers, just like Satella in the Witches of Sin and also Beetlejuice of the Sin Archbishops. They're just two different eras. At first it was called the authorities of the Witches of Sin have the authority of lust, authority of gluttony, etc., etc. And now authority is now called the witch factors. Anybody can pick up a witch factors or anything, been given a witch factor or beaten somebody to get a witch factor, just like Subaru beat Beetlejuice and he got the witch factor of sloth. Now, guys, back then they did not have the witch cult. The witch cult was made for worshiping Satella. So that's how they came up with Sin Archbishops. And basically Lewis, even Lewis, one of the Sin Archbishops of Gluttony, said they're both the same thing. They're both useless. Even Ekna said that the Witches of Sin in the Sin Archbishops have the ability and the right to see whatever they see fit. Whatever changes they want to see fit and stuff like that. So guys, that we know that Satella is the most powerful Witches of Sin, and basically she will wipe out all the Sin Archbishops. We're going to leave that alone in this chart. So anyway, we got these matchups, and Skemet is one of the most powerful, second powerful of the Witches of Sin besides Satella. So she is very powerful. So the first matchup is Greed of Sin Archbishop of Greed. That is Regulus Cornelius, and Witches of Sin. That is Greed. That is Ekna. Let's say this. Regulus Cornelius will smash Ekna. I mean, he will destroy her without even breaking a sweat. So he's going to just dominate. Okay, Sloth. We got authority of Sloth here. And Skemet versus Beetlejuice. And Skemet is the second most powerful of the Witches of Sin. And the fourth most powerful character in rezero. And then you got Beetlejuice. We all thought Beetlejuice is something, but he wound up to being nothing. And also, even though he has the abilities, he just can't extend his capabilities. He don't have the knowledge. He's just stupid because all you think about is Satella. If he just concentrate and use his powers and his strength to his abilities, and then maybe he'll beat Skemet. But Skemet will wipe the floor off of Beetlejuice, because you should have seen Skemet. She was lying down and took out Merva without even breaking a sweat. So a big victory for Skemet. But in Gluttony, this is going to be an interesting matchup here. The authority of Gluttony, you got the Witches of Sin of Gluttony. That is Daphne. Then you got the three siblings of Gluttony of the Sin Archbishop side, Lai, Lewis, and their other brother, Roy. Now, Tappe said that Lai is the most skilled hand-to-hand combat. And you remember Lai? Lai is the one that took Rim's name and ate her memories. So Lai is very skilled. Also, Lewis is very skilled in the Hall of Memories. And we don't really know much about Roy. Now, when they're facing the original person of Gluttony, that is Daphne. Don't look her in the eye. And that would Ekna told Subaru when he met Daphne about not looking at her in the eye. She'll be very hungry. And this matchup is very interesting and most intriguing if they ever faced off. I think it'd be a deadlock. I mean, it'd be a deadlock. We don't really know who really would come out on top on this. I mean, there's no way to, figure out who wins. They're so equal. And Daphne created the three mob beasts, the witch beasts. And that's why you had the three Sin Archbishops of Gluttony. One to represent each animal. And those animals, the white whale, the black serpent, and the white rabbit. So those three witch beasts, mob beasts, it was created by Daphne. And those three Sin Archbishops represent each one of them. It's just going to be a deadlock in my opinion. There's no way to even come out with a winner on that one. Okay, we got the Authority of Wrath here. You got Mariva versus Sirius. I think Sirius just wipes the floor off of Mariva. Because Mariva, all she got is healing powers, and Sirius is one of the most skilled killers in the Sin Archbishop side, and so Sirius will actually just automatically humiliate her and eliminate her very, very quickly. Okay, this is one of the most intriguing matchups. Also, the most controversial here is the Authority of Lust. You got Camellia and Capella. A lot of people said Camellia would actually beat Capella. I don't even know how that's gonna happen. In my opinion, it could be Capella, but a lot of people said Camellia, and that is very, very, very interesting matchup because it could go either way on this. In my opinion, it could be Capella with Black Dragon Blood and stuff like that, and we don't really know much about Camellia. I know she was the one that was the imposter of Rim when Subaru was inside the cave of the sanctuary, I believe. Yeah, I think that's another good matchup here. I think Capella on the Sin Archbishop side would beat Camellia. Oh yeah, on this side note, we do not have matchups for Envy, and we all know Satella will beat anybody and everybody on the Witches of Sin side and the Sin Archbishop side. So there is no use to even have a matchup for Satella unless it's Reinhardt or Flugel or whoever. Anyway, it's going to wipe the floor on everybody on this chart. Another thing is, another side note, editor note, that Pandora and Hector is not on the matchup list. They're also not even ranked on the Witches of Sin strength list or any like that, or even in the Sin Archbishop list, unless Tappe is going to rank them. I'm pretty sure they are pretty high on those rankings, if they even were ranked. But they're not. Even though they're Witches of Sin, Hector is wiped off the history. He's not even in the history books. Pandora, same thing too, but she controls the Sin Archbishops basically to do her bidding. So I suggest, I think, and recommend that she's probably Sin Archbishop as well. In some way, even though she's a Witch of Sin. So I just want to say that as an editor note. But tell me what you think about this video. Tell me what you think about the matchups and who will win these authority matchups here and who's the most strongest in your eyes. Give me your rankings in the comments down below. But click on the links in the description, guys. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, share with all your friends, and also leave a comment down below. And I'll see you in the next video, guys.